everyone.
I hear the 6 o'clock fire alarm going off, so it must be time for our live at 6.
It is.
So
I just got to find
it's
us on here.
She lost us, but we're still here, and we're glad to be here. We're gonna have a few people joining, I'm sure. The only one I see on here is us. Are you on?
I am not yet.
Oh, okay. So, we got a few.
Oh, well.
Did you just reboot it?
Oh, my. She's really sorry.
We need to get a more technical person running the computer, I think. Okay, so we'll have to wing it.
We'll have to listen to us talk for a moment while this reboots.
We can do that. It's been a great day. We had visitors today.
We did. We had my niece and her 4 children and her husband. 4 of her children. That's right.
So they call them the Littles because they actually have 2 families. When their daughter was how old? 14. They
started having more.
They started the first of 4 more.
They were able to have more.
It's been something they've worked at for a long time, and it came about. So now they have the bigs who are moved out of the house for the most part and married and starting their own families. And then they have the Littles who are still at home.
We're up. Okay, Christine always chirping.
She found us. Awesome.
And
why does it look paused?
Because I paused it.
Oh, okay. Okay, that explains it. Very good.
I'm so bad at pronouncing these things.
So did you have some topics for today?
I do.
Oh, okay.
I do. But
I didn't want to wing it the whole time. That would have been
hello to Australia.
Whoa.
Calendula Fields Nursery and Mary Rotella from Napa. Regina P. Good evening. Terry Jean. Hi from Indiana. All right. So what we're going to do.
We got some rain today.
Oh,
that's
finally,
not something we've been able to say for a while.
Like the first time in 3 weeks.
Yeah, it was good rain. Not horrible, not a lot of lightning, not a lot of wind. Just rain that got everything wet, very wet. So,
yeah. Renee's from Tennessee. Cool. We have lots of people all over the world.
Good.
It's so
Good.
great.
It's fun.
So we had several questions. So, yeah, today I didn't get on and look at all of the comments.
Can I do I don't know what you call it. Between work and visits today, regenerate, don't degenerate didn't happen. Now, if I can talk Rhenda into exercising a little bit later, we may do something and get it put on for the day.
Okay.
I think we're ahead. We got a lot done, so we can probably we need to do the exercise, but it hasn't happened yet for today. So if it doesn't happen, I'm sorry. Today kind of got away. It does that sometimes.
Yes, we had wonderful visitors. My oldest niece, who lives up near Kansas City, and they came down. And it was lots of fun having lots of children.
Yeah.
So one of the things that, anyway, because we were doing all of that today, I haven't had a chance to sit down and look at the comments that always come in that are so wonderful. And I was just peeking at them. I'm like, oh, there's lots of questions. So this is a good time to answer questions.
And she was asking more questions than she was being asked. So
I'm going to ask them right back to you.
How that gets.
Hello to Marianne. She's finally here. She says at the beginning.
She made it.
And we have Cedar Rapids weather bad here earlier. Yeah, we didn't call it bad because we were so happy because every time the storm comes and goes, oh, there's their farm. Let's move over here.
You know, you probably got the same one that swept through here. It looked like it was pretty broad. And, you probably got part of it.
So we were happy it dumped on us today.
Yeah, we needed it.
Not for very long. It really didn't. Less than an hour.
Yeah, I haven't looked to see if there's more behind it, if there are other bands, but it was good. Good rain.
Hi, Christy Betts. All right. So one of the questions that people wanted to know when I was making the cookies was...
Oh, those cookies are good.
What?
Yeah.
What kind of mixer was I using?
We haven't gobbled them yet. The temptation has been there.
No, and we handed them out to the people today, and everybody just took one. Oh, except my niece, she took 2.
Okay. I don't think the kids were too impressed. There wasn't quite enough sugar.
Not enough sugar.
Hey, they're great for us.
They're perfect for us. So let's talk about the cookies for a minute. Would you go over and grab the cookies? I want to show what I did with the container.
We're going to share them with them.
We're going to eat them in front of you. No. So people wanted to know what kind of mixer I was using. I have waited my whole adult life to have the mixer that I'm using. And it was actually given to me by my daughter-in-law when she got a new one from her when her mom passed away. She got her mom's new one. This is her mom's old one. It's at least 30 old. It's a Bosch. It still works phenomenal. They are the best. I mean, I've had KitchenAids. These are so
They come
awesome.
and go.
These are so awesome. So I love my Bosch. When did you make the clip where you sing at the end of the blog? We made it in Oregon. We had a talent show that we had gone to that day, and I had forgot to tape it.
The talent show,
which was a really good thing, because when I sing in front of people, my voice shakes because I get so afraid, even though I tell myself I'm not afraid.
Well, and you know, I'm normally able to handle things, and I'm not a musician, so I was really nervous. And you know, I guess when I talk, it's easier, but I was having to use my hands, and so my muscle reflexes. I was so nervous, I couldn't pick very well, so I just had to strum. So it wasn't as good, and I mean, I was really nervous. It had me going. So it's good we didn't take that one.
Interesting comment. She says we look younger now. So we went home from the talent show and we sat down and we made the recording then. And we did our recording on stress that day and sang the second verse because it was about dealing with what life gives you.
You know, I think that's an interesting point, because that we do look younger now. Yeah, that's great. I'm glad to hear that it looks that way. But while we were in Oregon, coming off of having worked in the independent living community where we were not able to eat like we wanted to eat, and stressed a lot because of the... Okay, sorry for that pause. I think the internet must have froze or something.
Thomas Wheeler says hi from the drive home.
The drive home. Interesting.
Well,
what's the drive home?
They're driving home.
And they're watching us. Tom. Oh, that's awesome.
That's really cool.
So anyway, we were recuperating from a few years of not living as well as we should.
Right.
So for someone to recognize that we look younger now than we did then.
And she just put it in capital letters. You look so much younger now.
Interesting. So that's great. I mean, you know, what we say is true. You can regenerate, at least to some level, and for us, it's working very well. So
this is our little cookies that we made, and we were able to put them in these containers. This one is BPA free, and just tiny little bite size, and we froze them, pulled them out this morning for our company. We have another one in there froze, and they're good.
They're exceptional. So
that's what I wanted to show you.
So how did you open that and close it without eating one? You are impressive. Okay. So that was one of the questions. And then one of the questions was proof that it does work. Okay. Let me just see what questions we have over here. And for those of you, now, was it yesterday's video? The cookie had the one? Picture? Yes. Yeah. So yesterday's video, if you haven't seen it, good thing to go see, because that was a picture of me. What was the year on that? 2002. Picture? So 2002. So this predates by several years the circumstance that caused us to make the changes. Now, the whole time we've always tried to eat right in the same way that all of us try to eat right, but you know, we were still not being in good shape and getting every year a little bit worse. And the picture of me shows
So somebody wondering knows we put a picture.
I'm wearing, a coat and so forth, so you can't really see the body, but you can see from the face, where I was physically wise. And so, and that was really during that time period.
We were hiking.
We were
on a hike doing it
all
right
the
then.
right things, but we were still getting worse and worse as far as the metabolic syndrome types of diseases. And to the point that, we finally hit a wall and had to make a change. And we are in better physical condition now than we were.
Oh,
That's like
15. Sure.
That's like 15, 14 years ago. So it's made a difference for us. We're thrilled about it. I don't think there's anything special about us. We're not somehow lucky. We were where many people are and headed to where many people have taken themselves. And we decided to make some changes, and we were fortunate enough to find the right changes, and they've worked. They've worked very well for us.
Tom says he liked the cookies, just being super careful with sugar.
Yeah, Tom is being very careful, which that's great. I mean, he's tuned in. He looking forward to the changes he's making.
Danuta, D-A-N-U-T-A. Danuta. She would like to know what church we go to. We are a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, also known as Mormons. So that's what we do. And we have a nice community here, and we do lots of stuff. Like I made the Scoutmaster, and I'm going to be doing
Cub Scout.
Cubmaster. And I'm going to be doing some stuff with one of the other local churches here. We're going to get together and do a Pinewood Derby with them.
And I teach the older teenagers Sunday school.
So that's what we do. You are determined, consistent, and hardworking. Well, thank you. Lois Wilson, welcome. Hi, Jim and Rhenda. She made it. She's always out doing chores during
and that's what we on Homesteads do, right?
She just put 300 pounds of Dexter beef in the freezer.
Okay.
That's the kind we're going to raise whenever we can get an extra $1,200 to bring the animals onto the property. We decided to tell our family, if you would like to buy us presents, then these are all the projects that we have, and this is what they cost. So send it over our way. Marianne, I would never have recognized you. Jim, what a change for the better. Rhenda, do you have a picture so you can show us? I do. I only lost 20 pounds when I did it. So the picture isn't as drastic, but I can try to find one with that. I had a good double chin.
Yeah.
And my clothes didn't fit. Okay, here's an idea. I just put a skirt on Sunday, and I still have stuff to inches that I'm losing again from all the traveling we did. This skirt was given to me by my dear, wonderful sister-in-law. And when she gave it to me, and I went to zip it up, this much would not zip up.
So when was that?
I don't know. But it closes completely and zips all the way up now.
Okay.
That's why I can tell if my clothes fit or not. So
we don't buy new clothes very often, so we can tell if we bought this in 2005. And anyway.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's a good way to measure.
Well, it's a Laura Ashley, and Laura Ashleys are timeless.
So that's sounding like early 2000s that she did that.
Maybe.
Yeah, okay.
So
about the same time frame.
Okay,
as the
so I'm
photo
going to see what other questions that I had. I have a question, and you guys can help me with this. I have a question. So somebody said that they like the cookies that I made, but why does my dog always want in or out when I'm on video?
I don't know. Dog's got to go out.
You want to go out? No, it's wet.
I think it's TRE18
No.
Well,
Okay.
You let a dragonfly in. No, it'll eat the bugs. Hope.
So I used whole wheat flour, and I haven't sprouted my wheat yet, and I need to do all of that. But I've had two different people say they use almond flour or coconut flour to make their cookies. So my question is, what's your ratio when you do that? Are you just substituting it? I want to know. Inquiring minds want to know. So somebody answer me that's substituted almond flour or coconut flour for their wheat flour, and how's the consistency of it?
So while she's looking for more questions, we have moved the baby chicks into the chicken house. We have it at this point clean enough and safe enough. We're not letting them out in the yard. We still need to make a yard for them. So it's totally enclosed. We do need to improve the ventilation in there on stifling days like today's has been. It's a little bit uncomfortable, but they're in there. They have a lot more space now. They were overrunning where we were keeping them. So they're adjusting now to more space.
We'll show that video
Yes.
on Friday. And okay, so two comments. Now, the first one is people want to know what we're going to do with our chickens that are in the chicken tractor during the winter. What we're going to do is open up our barn and run the chicken tractor in there and let them stay in there, and then deep bed them.
Yeah, we'll take chips or wood chips or whatever we can and just do deep bedding in there for them. And so, it's not like it's forever, but there's not going to be a lot for them to feed on outside. But if we get a stretch of good weather to where it's not really cold and it's not miserable for them, we will take them outside. It'll be easy enough to do that from there. So
they got watermelon today. They're really happy.
Oh, yeah.
And then the other comment was about me wearing white pants when I work out and clean out the barn. That's on purpose. They're sacrificial pants. I don't care if they get dirty. And the reason I wear white or light pants is to be able to see the ticks that are on me so I can get them off. And
before they get under
the clothes. So that's why the white pants, it's a good idea if you live in tick country.
Yeah. And so, when we're working on things, we try to be together and then we are always observing, do we see something on the other person that we should flick off, because we don't want those critters finding their way to the skin.
Okay, let me go here. And I'm just going to go to the next video because I had several people that had questions, and I just want to make sure that I answer them all because I don't always have time to answer every one of them.
And this gives you a better chance to speak your answers.
So you understand about Kit Kats and kale leaves. You don't.
Yeah, and we got that straight the other day.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Okay. We are taking the rest of the drywall down in the little barn and all of the roofing down, and going to clean out all the spots that are possibly could hide snakes. And then I know we had this wonderful person today who told me about herbs that keep snakes away from chickens. And she said she's used them for years and has never lost a chicken to a snake.
Okay. And it's worth a try. Herbs are amazing.
I'm going to tell you what that is so I can share it, and then you guys can share
your experiences with it. Absolutely.
Okay. Talk to them for just a minute while I find it.
Oh, okay. I get to talk. Well, hearing that there are plants that we can put around, or even the dried of it because of the odor and from it. I mean, I've heard that type of thing, that there are repellents. And
I know that they talked about lavender and mint, and what I don't
know.
Catnip was one of them. How do we use that? Do we put it in their nests? The
way it sounded like you're going to plant it at the areas where the snakes would have to cross over, and so it keeps them from coming there. Yeah.
Okay, so let's see who knows that.
For instance, what we'd want to do, if I'm understanding correctly, is to plant a few of those around the fence line where they're going to be for the run, and that would keep them from coming through the fence. They wouldn't even come close to it. So, because that's my biggest concern is that fence, them coming in it, and then being able to go into the door that goes into the hen house. But you know what I've been told, I've never observed it, is that when you have mature chickens, and unfortunately for us, they're typically not going to be mature. So this won't work as well for us. But with mature chickens, that if there is a group of them, that one snake, a group of chickens, the poor snake's going to have a problem. Those chickens will attack it.
So we got a comment. Danuta wants to know, and I've had this, a lot of other people, if we would free range our chickens, then we would get rid of the tick problem. And, you know, I loved my chickens when they free ranged in Oregon. I loved it. I didn't love the poop on the steps right up next to the house, but I love that they free ranged. We have so many aerial predators here that it's really scary to us to do that. But you know,
if we can solve the aerial predator problem, the challenge there, and that's going to mean having larger chickens.
Well, our chickens out here, if we let them out and let them free range, we get them back in there.
Yep.
We could try it. We'd have to be sitting on the front porch because, well, remember in Oregon, we would go crazy if we'd hear anything. We'd go running outside really fast.
And the only time we had a problem was when there were younger chickens, pullets.
Yeah, and we watched a hawk get one. Yeah.
But I've never seen them attack the full-grown chickens. They although we lost a 30-pound turkey, but that was to an eagle. So lots of eagles where we were in Oregon. I haven't seen any birds that large here.
Okay. Brenda says that she knows about tansy outdoors for big ants. It's that flower I showed you. Yeah. I wonder if that would help. It smells pretty bad. So it'll work with ants. If I put it around my house, will it keep the ants out? Is that what you're telling me?
Around the outside where we see the ants.
I'm planting them tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'm so tired of ants.
Yeah.
Mary plants peppermint around the coop to defer the mice. And Renee says, you've already seen that the snake can move through the chicken wire. Yes, we know.
Oh, yeah, that we know. And, you know, they can go really high. So we'd have to do hardware wire all the way up.
I think it was Linda who took all of my, you know, I had a little comfort. And then she told me about a snake who had climbed up to the second floor and was found in her bedroom. I did not need that kind of story. I am telling you. I am not a snake person. I know I've moved to Missouri, but I am not a snake person.
And for those of you who were wondering why I didn't grab the snake yet by the head so I could take it out, before I could get to it to do that, it had gone through the chicken wire. So I'm on one side of the chicken wire. The head is through the chicken wire. I have no way to get to it. And if I hadn't grabbed the tail when I did, the whole snake would have been over there and into who knows where. And we would have had to tear the whole building apart probably to get him out. So I didn't want to take a chance of that happening. So I grabbed the only thing available to me.
Do you remember when the lizard got loose and I was like paranoid because there was a lizard in my house? He knew if he let go of that tail. And it wasn't until the whole episode was over when I turned to him and I said, "You're my hero. You held on to that snake for so long. I can't believe it."
That snake really tired itself out. It was working so hard to get me to let go. It was amazing.
Oh,
I feel
goose.
sorry for
A goose will take care of predators. Yes, we are hoping to get a goose.
You know, we've heard that, and I can see that somewhat. I've got to witness it really happen. I can't. It's not going to chase off coyotes. If coyotes decide to come around, but we're going to have, the coyotes typically don't come in the daytime.
Ants don't like cinnamon.
Really?
Well, I can take care of that.
Is that the cinnamon plant or the dried cinnamon?
Dried cinnamon. Like we put, you know what? Remember how we put cinnamon in our thing because it kills the gnats? Same thing.
Okay, I like it.
Okay. Nubian goats in January. Eddie, hi Eddie.
Nubian goats.
He's getting many Nubian goats in January. Are those going to help with snakes? Just asking.
We could get a mongoose.
DE keeps ants out. I sprinkle it around the doors or anywhere else.
That makes sense.
Oh, man.
They can't cope with
We
that.
cannot
That's
find
right.
it. Where can we get it?
We found it.
Where?
At the store where we bought the wrong feet.
They had it there?
Yeah. Yeah.
In Springfield.
Yeah, in Springfield.
Okay. Lois says, my auntie found a snake. I don't want to know any more snakes. In her dresser drawer when they lived in a house with a cistern. They came in around the drain hole. No more snake stories.
Well, it's good to know how they're doing it so we know where to go to fix the entrance points.
In South Asia, guinea fowl are known to deter snakes. We want to get guineas. Everybody we talk to that we get guineas, they say
So
they
won't
come,
keep them.
they last, they fly
Predators
away.
will get them, they'll fly away. So, but as far
And
as
they're $4.70 each.
yeah, and they're
And
flying
you need
away.
at least
That's
20 of them. That's
yeah.
a lot.
But a guy we know here who raises, is actually a biology teacher who raises a lot of fowl, is saying that for getting the ticks and those, that turkeys do as good a job as guineas.
Turkeys do a really good job. And I'm like, bring them on because I love turkeys.
You know, with the size of the aerial predators here, I'm open to having our turkeys once they get up decent size out free ranging. I think they'd be fine.
Eddie wants to know if we're going to get milking animals. Yes. We are going to get a Dexter cow. And there's some available right now. We just don't have the money to do it.
Too many other projects.
So we can't do it yet, but
just can't do it all at once.
Definitely,
both because
anybody that wants to gift us one, just feel
there
free.
You go. Well, money and time are always, both are in short supply. There's always more that needs both of them than what's available.
So Renee says, yes, turkeys love ticks. So let's go get our turkeys.
Well, the place to get them is this friend who's the biology teacher. He hatches them. He's got them. So,
Tansy is poison to ingest, not suggesting anything, and a skin irritant. If you already have it, you can dry it and sprinkle it around with the cinnamon.
So it smells bad. It's poisonous, and it causes irritation. Wow, that doesn't seem like something you want to propagate.
Marianne says, remember the snake doesn't like you either. That snake did not want to be there.
Well, although when I put it outside, it tried to come back in. So
I think it
wasn't us. That was its home.
Yeah.
But I haven't found babies or eggs or anything. So
Yet.
We
have more walls to tear down.
I don't want to.
You don't want to?
I don't want to
find more. On the flip side, ticks like turkeys.
What does that mean?
What does that mean?
Ticks get on turkeys?
Ticks get on them?
Oh, brother.
I mean, I know that they can get on the chickens.
Yeah. Well.
Educate us here, guys. You made a comment. You got to explain it.
Yeah.
So, oh my goodness, this half hour went really fast.
Yeah, we got to slow the clock down when we do this.
It is much cooler. The rain is dripping outside, though. Tansy is sort of a desperate move herb.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Check out these 12 boards. Okay.
So, one of the things that's really great is we have found some wonderful barnwood that was stacked up in a little barn. And then all across the roof that they made a ceiling out of is really nice barnwood that we're going to be taking out.
Yeah, the ceiling is just there so that they can put the drywall up. And we really don't. I don't want that enclosed. I want it open so that if something's lurking up there, I can see it instead of it hiding out.
Coming down.
I mean, Rhenda was thinking she heard things up there this morning.
Birds. There's birds.
Oh, just birds?
Probably bird nests.
Really?
Or bats.
Where are they getting in?
Jim, there's a big nest in the barn, the big barn.
Well, the big barn there's all kinds of ways into the big barn, but anyway, something I got to work on.
Okay, Brenda says, about free ranging, no predatory dogs around. The last 2 years, I lost my meat birds to different friendly dogs. This year, no meat birds. We lost, our first chickens we ever lost were to dogs in Utah when we had our homestead.
I haven't seen dogs wandering around. We're close enough to town that, and I mean, actually the dog pound, we listened to it. It's right there. So I think that the stray dogs are picked up
We haven't
quite
seen
frequently,
any.
and being this close to town, it's not a problem. But as far as neighbors go,
Our neighbor doesn't. They have little tiny.
the neighbors near to us that are kind of surrounding us here don't seem to have, I mean, just little dogs. So there's no dogs coming. And on the other side, it's town. I mean, they can't have them out running around free. So it could happen. But I think our circumstance is one where it's less likely that it's going to be dogs. But yeah, that's my biggest concern, is having to deal with dogs.
So Marianne said that when she got cats, they took care of the rodents. Without the rodent population, the snakes didn't have as much to eat, and so they left. If you get baby guineas, they will stay. See, that's what I think. I got adults, and we found them on the neighbor's garage roof. So we have them in a covered cage for this year, and the pen that had lots of bugs last year. Had lots of bugs last year. This year, none. Okay, so I'm not sure why that's stuck on there. Lois said that.
That's interesting that it sticks.
Okay, so this is what we were told to do, and this is what we would like to do. We would like to get about 20 guineas and 6 baby chicks and a goose, all babies at the same time. And then we put them into the chicken tractor, or their little home, and we raise them this way. And we've been told that if the guineas are raised with baby chicks, that they will stay home a little more because the baby chicks stay home.
And with this chicken tractor, this is not going to, it's really going to be a chicken shelter.
House.
We're not going to make it.
It's not going to move.
Around. It's going to stay in one place. Because I guess the guineas can get pretty confused about that.
And then when the guineas have their babies, they're terrible mothers. And so the chickens will broody on their eggs. So we're going to get Orpington so that they'll be broody on their eggs. And then the goose will protect them as they run around. That's our plan. What do you think of that plan?
Yeah, it's going to be an experiment, because we hear folks like Lois saying that, she hasn't had problems with the babies. And then other folks saying, that doesn't matter. If you get guineas, it's just a matter of time. They're going to be gone.
I'm going to do it with the babies.
I mean, how many things have we been told you can't do?
And we just do it anyway.
And it works.
And it works. All right. It's been a half an hour.
Sometimes we have to listen to people. Sometimes they're right.
And we always listen to people.
But I think this is one that's important enough that if it can work, it would really be worthwhile. So
we, Christine loved that plan.
Okay.
It's a good plan. We just have to get the money to get the guineas. So
yeah,
we're on a budget right now. This move is going to take us a little bit to adjust from. Okay. All right. Well, we thank you guys all for staying with us, and everybody's giving us thumbs up for that one. Cool. Good. Hi, Steve. This new time is really hard for him to come. Sorry, it actually works for us very well. So anyway, we will see you all next week. And thank you all for coming. We love that. This is fun.
How are we doing on the newsletter this week?
Haven't even started.
I was going to say, I haven't heard you talk about it at all. Oh, I think I know what we're doing tonight. Tomorrow.
It'll be out.
Okay. We're not doing it tomorrow night late. We're going to get it done for then.
Yes. Thank you, Danuta. I want you to spell out how to say that, because I want to say it right. Jesus always provides what we need. Absolutely.
Yep.
Hi
Maybe
from the
not
UK.
what we want, but what
love
we
to
need.
See what you're doing. Have a great night, everyone. We love you.
Thanks for watching.
Bye-bye.